It's the biggest e-commerce platform in the world. Just having an online presence for your brand would actually give you the opportunity to actually show that you actually want China and you're serious about China.
Hello and welcome to Bridge to Chinese Consumers. This is a video series where we speak to experts and professionals in the luxury, retail, tourism, and hospitality industries. We get into the story behind their experiences, their mistakes, as well as their insight into China. I am Annie Ciara, your host, and today's topic is all about cross-border selling. I have the pleasure to welcome the CMO of Ehubnordic and Christin Mahrt. Welcome, Anne.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here today.
Thank you so much for joining. Ehubnordic helps Nordic brands sell to Chinese consumers through the Alibaba TMall global platform, and we'll get more in depth into what you do with Ehubnordic. But let's start with you. What is your background? What is your experience? It's all about you. Tell us more.
Yeah, I will. My background started years back. It's within marketing and branding and communication. One of the hobbies has actually been my China journey, because for the past 5 years I have worked at Ehubnordic with marketing communications and also the commercial side in engaging new businesses to our organization.
Tell me about your experience in the difference between Europe marketing and China marketing.
I think of the Wild West when I think marketing in China, because it's so mixed and integrated with each other. In the West, it's more divided.
If you are a new brand and you have not entered into China and Chinese consumers don't know you, it's really hard to sell a brand until you gain that trust with the Chinese consumers. In order to actually have that communication or that building that trust with Chinese consumers, you need to build the brand first before you sell. So that's a big balance, I would assume. Yeah. How do you feel about that?
You know, really, to go to China, you need a lot of resources. I would say you need a partner, of course, I would say that, but actually a lot of marketing money. So by that I mean it's really important to test and learn, to actually start learning and going to China and or either go by yourself or have a partner who can tell you what kind of market this is.
Speaking about e-commerce and digitization, and we get into Ehubnordic very soon because you guys are providing that solution. But speaking about that e-commerce, so Alibaba is essentially has built an entire ecosystem around e-commerce, right? Tell our audience what Alibaba is, what TMall is, and why is it so important for a European or a Western brands to be in that ecosystem?
One of the reasons is that it's the biggest e-commerce platform in the world. So actually just having an online presence for your brand would actually give you the opportunity to actually show the Chinese consumers, but maybe also business partners, that you actually want China and you're serious about China. So I think that is probably the first step to have the online presence. But what is different from now I say a web shop in the Alibaba universe and compared to us in the West is that there are such an extensive amount of communication on the product pages. And in Europe, you can see one line saying what this product is, and then that's it. A web shop in China is much more about storytelling. The Chinese consumer is quite suspicious with products they don't know. So you have to make certainty that the product is the original one and not a copy, and that it's safe, that you have certificates. Even we show in the product pages that we have the authorization to sell this brand in China. By being on TMall Global, we have brands where they started on the multi-brand store and moved to their own flagship store. And that's kind of the journey you can take step by step, then own flagship store. And then it will be interesting because then you can have resellers and you can really grow in amount and earn extra money that way. So a lot of businesses ask me, and I don't want to go to China because they are copying my products. Oh, they are. And I'm beginning actually to smile when they say that. And because I just, why don't you focus on start selling your products in China, get some experience, and don't use all the money on lawyers and monitoring all the copycats.
Yeah.
Because in the end, you would actually benefit from the copycats who used a lot of money in China to promote the product and sell the product. And in the end, the Chinese consumer would just like to have the original product.
Authentic, yeah. It's a good leverage.
Yeah, and that's actually where you are the one who won this. Or just be sure you have the right trademark so you can sell it in China.
I wanted to speak about the trademark. It's so important, and I wanted to get your opinion or advice on this.
We actually do the same. I tell them that please bear in mind that having a trademark is not the same around the world. The first one who files in China has the right to sell it. But normally we say you need to have a trademark, an international trademark, and you should have your Chinese trademark to protect yourself.
Speaking about the market and speaking about digitization and how quickly it's moved, what do you see or what have you experienced in cross-border selling during COVID-19?
I have experienced that everyone is thinking about e-commerce. In China, even the Chinese have or had to be more at home than they are used to, and there's been a greater focus on things at home, things for the home, and also, of course, a very high focus on staying healthy, buying health products, and that is also what our multi-brand store is sort of focused on.
What mistake have you made or have seen or experienced a business made in their Chinese business journey that you can share with?
First of all, I think start small.
Start small.
Yeah, and then
I like that.
Then go ahead. And Chinese companies actually branding their products and having very, very good quality products themselves. And that has, of course, pressed competition. And so you really need something added to what it is.
Unique.
Yeah.
Something unique, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And another thing is, I think you have to lower your price. You can't really say that the same price in Denmark and the same price in China. It's completely different markets. It's different market conditions. So sometimes you have to maybe sell your products a little bit cheaper.
Well, Anne, thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate your time and, helping us learn more about the Chinese e-commerce market and also selling cross-border and the barrier to entry for small to medium-sized brands. So for any brands wishing to reach out to Ehubnordic, what is the best way to reach out to you guys and where do they find you?
LinkedIn is probably the best way to find me. We also have a website, but LinkedIn is such a good, connecting with people.